The University Tower chimes ring in another session of Ask the Professor, the show on which you match wits with the University of Detroit Mercy professors in an unrehearsed session of questions and answers. I'm your host, Matt Maggio, and let me introduce to you our panel for today. To my left, from the Department of Philosophy, she has a personal fan. It's Professor Beth Oljar.
Well, I wasn't sure how warm
Well-
or not warm it was going to be in here, so yes, I have my little
Oh, that's so cute.
battery-operated fan.
That's nice.
Just in case I start sweating too much, which can happen, even if it's 30 below.
I'll go with a little
If you want, we'll put like a small tub underneath you. So.
Cool. Fill it with ice.
Yeah,
That'd
sure.
be awesome.
Reduce, reuse, recycle. No, I was thinking about it more like summer is getting in its like sort of final angsty, grip on us, since tomorrow morning is the equinox.
It is?
It is. You better be ready for it.
Lots of witchy activity around
Exactly.
the autumnal
Crud.
Last full day. It's a really late equinox, isn't it, Dan?
Yeah.
Isn't it always on the same day?
No,
Apparently not.
No, it is
No,
not.
I
It is
don't
not.
know.
Actually, so. Yeah, I did get some St. Matthew's Day wishes. Usually the first day of fall from Beth yesterday, but
I was going to ask you
yes,
what miracles you performed to deserve this beatification, but
Walking
I
on
turned
water.
tax collecting into following the Savior. I don't know. It's whatever.
No
it is.
water to wine?
No water to wine.
Darn.
No water to wine.
I can tell you whether the science on Breaking Bad is accurate.
Yes, that's pretty much the only superpower I have, actually. Continuing around the table, Professor Dave Chow seemed a little surprised that the first day of fall is tomorrow.
Yes, I'm completely shocked. I don't even know where or when. It just, I feel the Earth tilting a little bit, right? is that
the
what
idea.
it is?
Well, that is the idea.
You don't actually sleep, and eventually
True.
that will cause a psychotic break.
What do you mean cause?
Just saying.
Let's not jump ahead of ourselves.
Yeah,
Or it could be the 4 beers you had before.
I wish I had 4 beers right about now.
And the donuts for
This was my
lunch.
lunch. Well, my breakfast too. I haven't eaten all day, so.
Oh my gosh, Dave, please take care of yourself.
Even I'm not that bad.
Yes, you are.
For
I'm
listeners,
not
not
bionic.
viewers, he was not pointing to beers, but to donuts.
Yes.
as his breakfast.
Yes, that is exactly right. Professor Dan Maggio is here with us today.
Hi, Matt.
What's going on, Dan?
Oh, not much.
I see you got the mic hanging in front of you like some sort of badass podcaster.
Was it?
He is a badass podcaster.
Do you want me to hold it like a
oh
rapper?
no, that's
No, walk around like Tony Bennett.
oh my gosh.
But
or you could do the
I will not be singing.
the Bob Barker style microphone. Come
yes.
on.
Well, he has like the
Long-
2 foot long.
Yeah,
The price is wrong.
the price is.
And he insisted on using a
That's right.
a long
Oh,
cord
that's right.
mic every time.
Yes, very interesting. So what's going on, Dan? What have you been up to?
Not much. I was going to ask you on the block next to me, there is a house with not only does it have the 12-foot pumpkin head skeleton, which is very cool, but it also has a 10-foot high red-eyed demon with wings.
It's called a Predator of the Night.
Where can one get one of those?
That is a Home Depot sort of thing.
Is it really?
And honestly, they went all in on those this year and kind of screwed it up because I don't know if I would ever get one. It's got big sort of leathery wings. Feels like the second there's a stiff breeze, that's coming into your living room. You know what I mean?
It's been there for a couple of weeks. It is very impressive.
It's impressive, and it kind of like moves just a little bit.
Yeah.
And makes noises,
Is it like the
and
monster in Jeepers Creepers?
It's very similar.
That's a
now
very
that you
scary
make-
movie,
yes.
by the
It
way.
is very scary.
I don't want.
Yes.
Don't.
So I'm glad that you like it because I know exactly the house that you're talking
Oh, you
about.
do?
Because my mom sent me a picture of it the other day, and I'm
Yeah.
like, way to include the house number, Mom, so I can get over there and check it out.
No, have you folks seen the 2-story black cats?
2-story.
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
They're
I got
2-story black cats. I'm thinking, well, I could put that on the sideline and scare people.
Absolutely, you could.
Man,
Absolutely,
I should.
I gotta do a very severe lawn mowing this weekend to be ready for the growth over the next month and getting things out.
So you're going to do the fall thing
yes.
this year?
Big party
I'm
this
excited.
year. You're all
We should
invited.
talk.
I mean, it'll be a lot
Like,
of fun.
Where you buy some of your stuff. I don't want to do my lawn like yours. I don't think I would be allowed to. But I like some of the things.
Sure. I got a few surprises this year too. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Would Tom get stern with you? Is that what you're telling us?
I think there's probably some limits. I have I have the peanuts cutouts, which I really like.
That is cool. That's cool.
And
That's
I wanted to
unique.
invest in they sell pretty expensive wooden sets.
Yep.
But I thought if I did that, they probably would get stolen.
Yeah.
So
Liberated.
Yeah.
Liberated.
Freed.
We're
Commandeered.
gonna have to wear costumes at your party?
I'm sorry?
I'm wondering if you're gonna make us come in costumes for your party.
I mean,
Heather
you're
and I have
allowed
thought
to
that
come in
might
costume
actually
if
be
you want
interesting,
to. I mean, you just have to be there.
Clothing is not optional.
Clothing is
Not optional.
mandatory.
Yeah.
Professor Jim Tubbs has joined us today, has entered the chat.
I have to say, I was thinking of you today because I was at a funeral luncheon and one of my friends
He's
who was
laughing.
there was describing her next door neighbor's house, which is already decorated. And she said he's got some 2-story skeletons on the front of
see?
his house.
Yeah.
But he's got some of the smaller sized ones, and he's rigged up one of them with a pump and I don't know what else, but it is vomiting green stuff.
Oh my gosh.
That's cool.
I've seen those.
That's
And
totally
another one who is otherwise getting rid of some sort of fluid in another bucket in his front yard.
I see.
So I have not yet seen this, but I'll have
Let's
to go by.
pray it
and
doesn't
take a
freeze
look.
anytime soon. That's all.
So I appreciate the creativity, but my display is all class.
Oh,
This morning.
absolutely, absolutely. Class
Heather,
is
easy.
exactly what I think of when I walk in your yard around
It's a family.
Halloween.
It's a family affair. That's right. That's exactly right.
Oh, this guy's got 4 kids.
Oh, nice, nice. No, there'll be no urinating props at my
gosh.
display.
I'm relieved to hear it.
Professor Mara Livezey, I mean, I don't know if you want to let the listenership know so early in the season, but you had a really, really good costume idea the other day. You were talking
yeah.
about.
Yeah. So I was gifted this unitard that has like a skeleton on it. So I was going to wear that since hopefully it still fits, fingers crossed. But then also, I need to check on Amazon. I'm going to buy like a little skeleton or a little alien figure and wear it in a fanny pack on my belly so that my little baby can have a skeleton too.
Oh, nice.
So cute.
Just have like a leg hanging out or a head hanging out or something like that.
The big eater?
Yep.
Nice, nice. I think that's cool. I think it reminds me of when Jacob Kagi from biology had just had his first son, and he dressed up as Mendel and dressed the kid up as a pea pod. I'm like, all right, at
Cute.
least we're all playing in the same,
Who got
sandbox
it?
here.
Who actually
I
grasped?
think a few of his students grasped it,
Okay.
considering that he was lecturing on the material. But
Extra credit.
anyway, a man who has pretty much had his Halloween costume sewn up for the last 3 or 4 months, Professor Stephen Manning, is also here. Just trying to put him on edge.
Why?
I have no idea what he means by that.
Sewing
Someone
up?
explain
What?
this to me.
Yeah. Like,
I just assume that he'd been planning for weeks, like my kids do.
No, not me. Not
Next
me.
question. Thank you.
I
That's
can
all right.
remember doing that as a kid.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Planning for weeks.
That's absolutely, especially when you're putting it together yourself, right? So what's on your mind, Stephen?
Not much. Just enjoying this indigenous peoples summer.
That's right.
The last several days.
That is
yes.
right. That is
Getting
right.
a lot of late summer, early fall work done. Did some painting, trim painting
Nice,
today.
nice.
And we'll finish tomorrow and take the tape off on Monday to see the end result at the casa.
Nice.
So yeah,
How's the puppy? Who's not a puppy, but
the little tiny dog we have, he's good. He's stable. We haven't had any.
stable.
We haven't had any. We do have to get him in for his latest
Thyroid.
thyroid check. Make
my.
sure the thyroid medication is doing what it's supposed to. But other than that, he's fine.
Okay. Very
Yep,
nice.
yep.
Very nice.
The fur beast.
The Furby.
I keep roasting the salmon skin for him to add to his dinners, which he quite likes.
oh
Makes
yeah,
his coat nice and shiny.
The Detroit Wookiee.
lots of omega-3.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Loves that.
he not by disposition, but he is a beast by magnitude. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you agree with that.
big
but,
dog. He's a big puppy.
yes. Those, of course, are the dulcet tones of Professor Heather Hill, who, yes, knows a lot about this beautiful beast.
Yes, quite a bit.
His eyes are like.
Oh,
that's-
yeah.
If I was like 6,000 years ago or
Just
something, I saw
soulful.
an animal like that, I would just assume it's casting a spell on me.
Yeah,
Seriously.
yeah.
Wow.
His blue eyes, yeah.
Yeah, very, very deep and beautiful. So,
Some dogs, some huskies have brown, or one brown or one blue.
oh,
He's
Max
got-
Scherzer
the
pup.
Max Scherzer dog.
Yes, the
Yeah.
Max Scherzer dog, that's right.
Baseball reference there.
Kenai has 2 blue eyes.
My thyroid medication is working on Bally, or the medication she's taking is working for her.
Oh, okay. Well,
Thyroid.
I was just going to say it's been a while since people sent us questions about medication, but they could do that. Because this is a program where you can send us questions regarding anything. If you stump the panel, you win a prize. If you don't stump the panel, you win a prize. You can send us the questions in a number of ways, emailing us at atp@udmercy.edu. Find us on Facebook and Instagram, or listen on your favorite smart speaker by asking it to play Ask the Professor at University of Detroit Mercy. Okie dokie, here we go.
That would be a great list of questions if people sent in lists of medications and we had to figure out what they were for or something
Yeah,
like that.
we got a ringer biochemist.
Kind of like
I think who's gonna
watching
handle it.
I feel good
commercials
about
on
that.
TV, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you sing the jingle?
Right. You know,
Oh, yes, I take that.
I probably
And all the
yeah.
possible side effects, paralysis, death.
That's right,
Or
kidney
if,
failure.
or if you're allergic, don't
do
take it.
yeah, do not take if you're allergic.
Duh.
What?
Oh my.
Why?
If you're now quadriplegic because of the first time you took it, call us.
Remember when they didn't have those types of commercials on
Yes.
TV?
Yes.
Anyway, back to our questions.
Dear panel, being the movie buff that I am, I came up with another movie list to challenge the profs. I'll supply 5 characters the actor has portrayed. It'll be up to the professors to guess who the actor is. An example, the first one is done for you. An example would be Willy Wonka, the Waco Kid, Leo Bloom, Dr. Frederick Frankenstein. So that would be Gene
Gene
Wilder.
Wilder.
Yes.
Okay, so 5 characters that person has
Has played. Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
got
a
it.
short list of only 10 questions, but they'll still be challenging. Have fun and good luck. Our good friend, regards, Julie Elder from Poughkeepsie, New York. Thanks again
Julie.
for sending
Thanks,
these in,
Julie.
Julie.
Representing New York.
Yep, here we go. Kimball, Ivan Danko, Dutch, Trench, Julius Benedict.
Dutch.
Was a football.
These are good.
Dutch was that one of the characters of Terminator?
I was thinking football.
Oh.
Apparently that's wrong because Matt laughed.
No, it's not Ronald Reagan. It's not Ronald Reagan.
Kimball.
Kimball
Ivan
should be,
Shenko.
Ivan Danko,
Danko.
Dutch, Trench, Julius Benedict. It's actually right in front of you.
That's Trent.
In front of
I know the answer is not a box of donuts or something.
Yeah, I'm like,
I mean, very well known modern actor, getting a little on in years, but very well known for playing sort of big, dumb action characters.
Big, dumb.
Schwarzenegger?
Schwarzenegger played all those
Oh,
roles.
right,
Yeah.
Dutch in
Yeah.
Predator. Get
Predator.
to the chopper!
Not Terminator.
Get to
Oh.
the chopper.
Love that.
I said you were adjacent.
Yeah.
How about,
Dave was getting there.
The Genie, Deadshot, Agent J, James West, Richard Williams.
Will Smith.
Will Smith, thank
Will
you.
Smith is
We just
correct.
watched Men in
That's
Black
right.
recently. I laugh every time I watch
Yep.
it.
so good.
Played the senior Williams' father in the last, what was the name of the movie about Serena?
King
The
Richard?
King?
King
Or
Richard.
Richard, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yes. Peep Strebeck. Pep Strebeck. Pardon me. Too many
Tom
E's.
Hanks.
Yeah, we're already there. Scott Turner, Andrew Beckett, Chuck Nolan, Paul Edgecombe. That was Tom Hanks.
Nice.
Pep Strebeck. Just the facts, ma'am. That movie is hilarious if you haven't seen it.
The Dragnet from the 90s. Is that right?
80s,
Yeah.
87.
Oh, jeez.
Virgin Connie Swales,
Until the end of the movie.
Oh my gosh.
or whatever her name was.
That was it.
How about Ethel Crock, Prudence, Ellie Sattler, Vice Admiral Holdo, Marmee March.
Laura Dern.
Those are all Laura Dern's roles, absolutely. Good old Admiral Holdo in the Holdo maneuver. That's where you fly a spaceship right into another one at hyperspeed, so it cracks the other one in two.
Ellie Sadler was the one I
Oh, that
got
was from
Jurassic
Star Wars.
Park.
From Last Jedi.
Oh, that's okay, got it.
But I would have gotten Ellie Sattler too. She was the paleobotanist, right?
And Marmee.
Jurassic Park, right?
I haven't seen that version
Yes.
of Little Women, have you?
With Laura Dern?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
How about Samantha Baker, Betsy Hopper, Claire Standish, Randy Jensen, Andy, A-N-D-I-E.
Can you say those again, please?
Samantha Baker, Betsy Hopper, Claire Standish, Randy Jensen, and Andy with an I-E at the end.
Oh, Molly Ringwald?
Molly
Molly
Ringwald
Ringwald,
is the
yeah.
correct answer. Nice
yeah,
1980s
Good job.
reference.
From Pretty in Pink.
Mm-hmm.
Breakfast Club, all those others.
These are being done pretty well here. These
Yeah.
are good, Julie.
Tough.
How about Jonathan Harker, Ted Logan, Johnny Utah, Thomas Anderson, John
Oh,
Wick.
Keanu Reeves.
Thomas Anderson.
Thomas
Mr. Anderson.
and
Mr.
What did I do?
Anderson.
I'm gonna die.
Ted Theodore Logan. Don't you mean Theodore Ted Logan? Yeah, exactly.
Gotta go get Socrates.
Oh, dear
From the
Lord.
past.
I forgot. It's tough to believe he's been around that long.
He's been around for a while. There is no question about
He's
that.
58, I think.
Almost 60?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Come on.
Looking him up on the, because we actually watched Point Break
Oh.
a couple of days ago too, which is why.
The Orig.
Oh yeah, of course.
Lawrence Jameson, Alfred Pennyworth, Nigel Powers, Scrooge, Dr. Wilbur Larch.
Bill Murray?
No, Michael
Caine.
Caine.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Michael Caine.
That's correct.
Oh, he played Scrooge.
Who played Scrooge in the Muppet Christmas
Who
Carol?
hasn't
Oh,
played
okay, gotcha.
Scrooge?
I mean,
Such a good.
The worst
I just played
version of the
Remember
Christmas
Mr.
Carol.
Magoo?
it's so true. It's like, wow, you picked a really tall British man to play this role, and all the Muppets are 5 centimeters tall. Like, who thought this was a good idea? It's not the best Muppet.
Camera
movie.
angles didn't help.
No, it didn't.
Remember the Mr. Magoo Scrooge?
Yeah, I do. There's a big deal about that. They don't play it anymore on purpose because they think that it is severely biased against the differently abled.
Oh.
Yes, because they make fun of the fact that he's blind the whole time, and
Yes,
that's
it's
Oh.
true.
not cool. So, but I do remember seeing it still. Lee Harvey Oswald, Ivan Korshinov, Dr. Smith, Sirius Black, James Gordon.
Oh, Gary
Oh,
Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Yes.
Oh,
Gary
that's right,
Oldman.
that's right.
New version Batman, Gary Oldman for Jim Gordon. Aunt March, Joanna Kramer, Miranda Priestley, Julia Child, Margaret Thatcher.
Oh, Meryl
Oh,
Streep.
Meryl
Streep.
Streep.
Yes, the great Meryl Streep. Gosh, we only have one more left. Joe March, Amanda Grayson, Mina Murray, Charlotte Flax, Veronica Sawyer,
Wasn't it
Was that Winona
Saoirse
Ryder?
Ronan who
Winona
played?
Ryder.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Winona Ryder.
Grayson, Star
Yeah.
Trek.
Yep, in the Star Trek
Well,
spin-off,
she was
she
Spock's
played.
mother,
Yeah,
That's
Spock's
right.
mother.
Okay.
That's right. It's
which
kinda
was
cool.
not very believable. That's okay.
Well, she did croak in like,
I have
the
to
first 2
suspend my
minutes.
belief.
Well, his mother was human, but I thought the woman
Right.
who played her in the Star Trek movie, the first one with Chris Pine and
Oh, yeah.
Zachary Quinto, she was good.
That was Winona Ryder.
That was Winona Ryder.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my
She just
God.
seemed young. I mean,
Yep.
I don't know.
She seemed a lot.
It didn't work
older
for you,
than-
huh?
It didn't work for me.
It's all right.
No.
It's okay.
Fair.
It's all
Totally
right.
okay. We've got a few minutes left, and so we'll take some questions here. Dear Matt and panelists, I love hearing the professors tackle so many offbeat topics, so my latest submission is a potpourri, as Kathy used to say. The random button on Wikipedia is a godsend. I hope the professors will have fun with 20 plus a few bonus. Our good friend Amber Hubley. Amber Hubley.
Oh, good. A
Let's
potpourri.
see. A potpourri. Which state was admitted first? North or South Dakota?
South.
It's 50-50. What's it going to be?
I'd say south. They worked their way north. I don't know.
South,
would say
is that
north.
close enough?
Yeah,
South?
top down.
Well, it has Mount Rushmore, I suppose.
Everybody, let's look.
Yes. They have an advantage on this side of
It
the.
had to be north.
Yeah, I'm going to say north. Work its way
I
down.
said north.
I feel like it's been a while since we've had this really good piece of trivia, so the correct answer, according to these questions, is that nobody knows. They were the 39th and 40th states admitted to the Union, but seeing that there would be an issue with someone being in line before someone else, as if this was preschool, President Benjamin Harrison shuffled the statehood papers, signed them both, and shuffled them again.
Ooh.
All right.
Sneaky.
Republicans must have been in charge of both
I-
of those states.
Sure.
That's all I can say.
You know that actually
That's
there's
all I
an
can say.
episode of West Wing where
Wow.
people in North Dakota are protesting because South Dakota has a much higher tourism rate.
That's right. That's right.
And North Dakota is portrayed as just, cold and blizzardy,
Right.
and one of the characters has to point out, well, there is Mount Rushmore in South Dakota. They have that too.
It's true. It's true.
And Deadwood, let us not forget.
They have
Okay.
Fargo, though. They have Fargo.
That's in Minnesota.
Soda.
Oh, why am I thinking North Dakota?
It's moving back to Minnesota. They took a
Oh.
year off and they were in St. Louis or someplace.
Missouri.
But
no.
the new season
that's
that's
what-
about to drop is they're back in Minnesota.
Okay, Minnesota.
where they should
Gosh,
be.
okay.
Great movie.
They all blur after a while.
I'm not quite sure what to do with this because I never really got into this jazz, but what parts of Jamie Summers, the Bionic Woman, are actually bionic?
Her ear and her right
Legs
arm?
and arms? Because
I think her.
Actually, it's a combination of what Dave and Beth said perfectly. Her right ear, her right arm, and both of her legs
Right.
are bionic.
I
Yes.
thought it was going to be a question about jazz.
yeah.
All that jazz.
I was going to say,
you know?
Jamie Summers
All
played
that
jazz.
jazz.
I know.
Played tennis.
I was a huge Bionic Woman fan when I was a
Trumpet
kid.
or saxophone? I can't remember.
What's the full name of the school bus driver on The Simpsons?
Otto.
His name is Otto, but what's
Otto.
his last name?
Two names or three?
This
No,
two-
no.
Otto.
Oh, God. The stupid things I got the figure right above.
Preminger.
No.
Otto Man?
Otto Mann is his name.
Two N's.
Oh, Otto.
That's it.
Oh.
Yep.
Matt Groening's usual subtlety.
Yeah, that-
I see.
Yeah, exactly. In 2023, how many Target stores are there in the United States? Insert joke here about the
Too
number
many.
going down over the next 2
That's
years.
A billion.
I would say
That's way off target.
Off by a little bit.
About 1,200.
1,200 is in the wheelhouse, but not
Low.
correct.
1420.
1,600.
3,000.
3,000 is a little high.
Oh, dang it.
1503.
Somebody
That was a
text
good
Kendra.
year, but
Somebody get
2400.
you know what was an even better year? 1948. So it was 1948
Oh.
targets in 2023. Yes. You did the Kendra thing. You went like really high.
Too high.
Yeah, too high. Oh my gosh. What is the minimum length a block of freshwater ice needs to be in order to be called an iceberg? Yeah, this is in meters, by the way.
Oh.
3.
It's longer than that.
16
12.
meters.
It says 15, so
Okay,
I'm going to give
nice.
it to you. You know,
Is that thickness?
it doesn't say anything else except for it says, "Dear God." I put that part in. The largest iceberg ever recorded had a surface area larger than the country of Belgium. It's like, holy crap, that is a big.
Belgium is a pretty small
so is it
country.
moving freely or is it?
Glad no ships ran into
When does
that
it
one.
stop being an iceberg and just start being like a landmass?
Like
Yeah.
when you
Or a
like,
glacier.
Like a
Yeah.
glacier.
You know, seriously.
What's become centuries?
Seriously, oh my gosh.
Well, they're all melting, aren't they?
Yeah, true.
Yes.
True.
What famous singer was once a member of groups called the Conrads with a K, the King Bees, the Mannish Boys, I don't make these rules, the Lower Third, and the easy giveaway Tin Machine?
David Bowie?
David Bowie was a member of all those groups.
The Manish Boys.
Do you remember where the 1994 Winter Olympics were held? Because I
Lillehammer's.
certainly do.
Yes.
Yes, Lillehammer, Norway.
Who could forget that drama?
Oh my gosh. It happened while I was a freshman at the University of Detroit Mercy. And if you remember, because no one does, when What's-Her-Face got her boyfriend to smack the other What's-Her-Face on the
Tanya
knees,
Harding.
it happened at
In-
Cobo Arena
That's
in
right.
Detroit, Michigan.
Nancy.
Nancy
Kerrigan.
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 Tanya Harding.
Tanya Harding.
There we
Yep.
go.
Nancy Kerrigan
Tanya
is
Harding
from
being from Portland.
That's right.
Testify.
That's right.
Massachusetts.
You taught her everything she knows.
I did,
She was,
yes.
that's right. Winchester, I think.
Yeah,
Oh
Winchester.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Who was the first movie star who appeared on a postage stamp? I'm definitely going to call this a golden era movie star.
John Wayne.
You're good.
Marilyn
but
Monroe?
No, it was
Earlier.
male.
Bob Hope.
Lionel Barrymore.
No, getting closer.
Cary
Ronald Reagan.
Grant.
Really, really good dancer, right?
Fred
Fred
Astaire?
Astaire.
The
Gene
other
Kelly?
really,
Gene
really
Gene
Kelly.
Kelly.
Donald O'Connor? Jimmy Cagney.
Yes, it was Gene Kelly.
Paula Abdul.
Golden area of Hollywood. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh my. I believe that we're actually going to be able to figure this out by reasoning. What's the only crime specifically mentioned in the United States Constitution?
Treason.
Treason,
Yes.
absolutely, yes.
Because
Sedition.
it carries a death penalty.
It literally does,
Yeah.
yes. For all of those who love to crochet out there, how long is a skein?
A skein?
Skein.
Skein.
The E
Skein
is a
of
name.
yarn.
Apparently Beth
Like-
doesn't knit.
Skein.
So it's a certain number of feet, I'm
It
thinking.
is feet. It is feet.
No, I don't know those.
500.
50 yards,
Olivia would know.
How many feet is that?
50
150.
yards?
It's more. It's more.
500
Wow.
feet.
It's less. It's less.
400.
350.
240
150
feet.
feet.
360.
360.
360.
Oh.
Heather gets it,
That's
and
right.
she knows how to pronounce words, which is a good thing to have.
She's so handy that
I
way.
know.
Those
right?
English people.
Just handy to have around.
She likes to crotch it.
The iconic
Potpourri.
Detroit rock radio station 101 WRIF started off under different call letters. What were they? Looking around the table, there's only a few of us. who grew up around here.
WXYZ?
It was WXYZ, absolutely.
They're all from broadcast
I
house.
thought the classic rock station here was WCSX.
No.
That's
Or
what I
W.
listened
No,
to.
way back then.
Or
That's all.
WLLZ. I mean, we've got a few.
ABX.
What do four-leaf clovers, horseshoes, crescent moons, and rainbows have in
Cereal.
common? They're the lucky
Lucky
charms.
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 I was gonna say
Magically
symbols of good
delicious.
luck or
That's
something.
what I was
but-
thinking.
You said clovers and horseshoes, and I was like, are you just going to sing the rest of the jingle?
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
That's what Mara had on
They're
her donut
magically
last week.
delicious.
My 11-year-old is watching regular television, which actually is a big deal for an 11-year-old. I just like to point that out. Broadcast TV, and he mutes it the other day on a Lucky Charms commercial. I'm like, you're going to have to explain this one to me. Because I don't like the sound they make when they bite in the cereal. Really? Things are getting specific.
That's
Wow. Holy smokes. What is the oldest continually published periodical magazine in the United States?
A magazine? What's a magazine?
Poor
That's
Richard's
a good
Almanac.
question. You know, that's not what it says. However, I have the Farmer's Almanac, and I don't think it goes back as far as this year. So this is interesting. It says 1845.
Not
That's been
Saturday Evening Post?
No, that's a
Collier's?
good guess too. No,
Harper's.
it's actually
Ladies.
Mara. It might be something that you and I read. It's actually a journal.
Some chem club thing? What's going on? here?
National Geographic.
No, not
Journal
National
of Chemistry.
Science?
Not science, but
Nature?
No, Nature's in
No,
the
what's
UK.
the
Scientific American.
it's Scientific
Scientific
American.
American.
Yeah.
1848?
1845.
45?
Yeah,
That's
a while.
Consumers
while.
Reports. No.
Why would you only mention you and Mara when you suggested it?
I
Yeah,
just
that's
we
I think
view
that's
that.
a little biased.
I think the rest of us.
We thought it.
No, I think
as,
the rest of us are offended.
all right.
We're just
I have a bachelor's degree in science.
Wait,
I remember that.
does it offend you as a scientist? No, it offends me as an American.
Offends me as a political scientist.
Yes.
Right.
Ooh.
We claim to be scientists.
A different kind of science.
Oh my
Smackdown.
gosh. Until recently, dear
Until
God,
recently.
what industry is still the primary users of fax in the United States of America? This is a great piece of trivia. FAX.
Facts.
Facsimile.
Industry?
The government.
Oh, the Department of Defense. Isn't
I
it?
mean, you're getting close, Jim.
Yeah.
You're close.
It is a government agency.
Well, no, not. I mean,
That
it's-
makes sense.
So apparently, there is no problem with the old tech violating HIPAA. So mostly it's hospitals who have to report
Hospitals.
things to the government.
Oh, okay.
They know the lines are secure, so they use fax instead of sending it by email, which is hackable.
Yeah.
That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. So you were like really close, Jim. You're really close.
Or pneumatic tubes. I mean.
Yeah, exactly. Pneumatic tubes. Oh,
What's
my
wrong, what's
gosh.
wrong with carrier pigeon? I mean,
Oh my. In what country was the first formal nudist colony formed in 1891?
you have to be
Germany?
Sweden.
France.
Spain.
I'm not sure you're going to be able to get this.
Not Antarctica.
Canada.
Israel.
Brazil.
I haven't heard a single
Not
correct answer.
1890.
Are we in the right? What
I don't
continent?
know. Oh, they're right.
It's in
You're right.
Asia.
Asia.
Yeah.
Vietnam.
Asia.
Thailand.
The United States.
Malaysia. China.
India.
Japan.
It was India, is what it says.
India.
For the record, it was a naturist club.
Naturist
Well, of
club.
course.
The naturist
Of
club.
course it was.
Yes. What country originated the pasta dish I always mispronounce
Italy?
this too. Pasticcio?
Pasticcio.
Pasticcio. Thank you. I knew I
Greece.
got it
That's
wrong.
Greece.
That's
Yeah,
Greece,
yeah.
it's Greek
Yep, that's
lasagna,
right.
more or less.
Basically, yep.
It's very delicious.
Oh my gosh.
It's very good.
Okay, there are 2 bonus questions, and we really only have about a minute left, so let's see if I can go down one of them here.
Okay.
Let's see. What is the accumulated height of all the professors in the room?
Oh my God.
How do we know that?
In inches?
Well, I'm looking at Dan. I know he's going to come up with a number.
Well, we
Well,
have
on
to,
average, we're
8 6s would be
Five.
48.
5, 8.
6 8s would be 48.
30 times 2, 4,
38.
420, 476 inches.
476 inches?
Sure.
Okay.
Do we-
And you're saying you're rounding that to
Do we need to figure
Well,
this
I
out?
was doing it in feet.
Feet.
What did I come up with? No.
You said
There are 8
48,
of
I
us.
think
If
was
you're
where
all
you
6
left
feet,
off.
6 8 would be 48
7.
feet.
46 and a
I
half.
didn't
More
include-
like
I didn't
40.
include math.
40 times 12.
you know, am I
You throw off the bell
am I
curve.
in this room? You know,
Yes.
I mean, come on.
Well, I thought they were talking about the people answering the questions. Sorry.
Oh.
Can we get clarification on that and come back next week?
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, we are going to have an Ask the Professor lineup, and there's going to be a tape measure, and everybody's going to get measured.
Wait a minute. Does Marty, what, do you get to double dip?
Oh my gosh. You all
I
are
should.
Yeah, you
cracking
should,
me up
yeah.
so bad today. I'm afraid we've come to the end of the time we have together. What a great set of questions. Thank you very much for sending them in, Amber. That's all the time we have for today. So the time has come to say goodbye. Heather,
goodbye.
Stephen,
Goodbye.
Mara,
Bye.
Jim,
Bye.
Dan,
Goodbye.
Dave,
See ya.
Beth,
Goodbye.
and now these words from University of Detroit Mercy.
You can email Ask the Professor at atp@udmercy.edu or visit the Ask the Professor Facebook page.
Ask the Professor is produced and directed by Michael Jason and Brian Masonville, and our executive producer is Professor Jason Roach. Until next week, I'm your host, Matt Mayo.